Hey guys and girls, welcome back to an epic video. Now, you guys are gonna have a really nice treat. Jonathan is gonna talk about the leader he's gonna be playing, which is Son Goku Vegeta, and flip it over. Look at this sexiness. All right, so we zoomed in on the effect and whatnot. Now, talk a little bit about your deck. Talk about what you think is gonna happen in our match. I'm gonna be playing Baby Vegeta, guys, so go ahead.
Our decks, it's a good matchup between our two decks because my deck has a lot of barrier. I can Union Fuse for 3, which can basically clear your board, which is like, it's very plus. Because this guy's effect, I don't know if you guys know it, but this guy's effect, he provides you with cards in hand, and he also has a hybrid effect, which he also draws 1 card and restabs 1 of your energy when he awakens. And then on the flip side, which is even the reason why I play this card, he draws 1 card, but also choose 1 card in your life, place it in your drop area, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, negate their effect, negate their skill for the duration of the turn, and this card gains plus 5k, guys.
Epic.
Really powerful. But the only downside is you can only use Union Fusion, but it's not a downside in my deck.
His deck is actually dedicated and geared for it. So in this match, we're going to give you guys a best of 3. We pretty much were playing best of 1s, but just for you guys, we're going to make it a best of 3 so you can just see how the decks run, how they play out, and you can see Jonathan's deck in action against my baby deck. Hey guys and girls, we have now a nice epic match. It's going to be me on the right-hand side and Jonathan Tavares on the left. I'm playing Baby Vegeta. He's playing the Gogeta leader that hasn't really been seeing much play. So now we're going to be able to see what he can do with that leader, and we'll see how Baby fares against this matchup. So right now we're at the beginning of the game. I'm playing one of my apes as a red energy. I'm choosing to use my Baby Vegeta's effect, which is to take 1 life, add it to my hand, and I am activating Planet M2. Pretty strong turn. Now it's Jonathan's move. We'll see what he can do. I'm going to anticipate him charging an energy, attacking, taking a life, drawing a card, doing things of that nature. He just charged a Freehan, what I like to call it, and he did exactly what I just said. So he's going to put on a little pressure, and we're going to see what happens. So I decide to take a life immediately, and now it's my turn. This is a very interesting match because we haven't seen that leader in action. Now we get to see what Gogeta can do. I charge one of my 2-drop Vegetas. That's the one that just draws a card when he's put into play. And I'm ready for the attack. I attack, I draw a card. Vegeta's effect, when you attack a leader, you can draw a card. And I'm activating Planet M2's ability, which reduced his leader's power by 5k. So now it's 10k versus a 5k leader. We're going to see what Jonathan does. He has an opportunity to guard, and he does with the Freehan. So now he got a free body on board, and he perfect guarded. Now I'm playing my Vegeta card, drawing a card, and we are going to see what happens. It's his move. So simple display of getting my guy out on the board, and we're going to be setting up for the next turn. Right now, Jonathan can take full advantage of this opportunity since I'm tapped out, and he could put some pressure on my leader. And if he has any means of removing my Vegeta in play, he should, because as we all know, the deck just starts going once you have the pieces on board. So Jonathan is starting off with a nice attack. He's attacking my leader. He already took a life and drew a card. Now we're going to see exactly what happens. I take my life. Now he's attacking with Freehan. Now this is another moment just to take life because it's a why not. He's putting me at a perfect awakening state. Now I'm at 4 life. There's not much he can do with 2 energy, which is why taking an attack like that is advantageous. Now he's giving me full value on my turn where I can play whatever I have, like going into the Union Absorption and then being able to restand my energy for free. So as long as I have a little one-drop baby, this is going to get real crazy for Jonathan extremely quick. So I charge one of my pieces. I'm getting full value. I'm attacking with Vegeta, which is a good play because unless my opponent, Jonathan Tavares, Mafubas me, it's a free attack on his leader, which means he's either going to take damage or he's going to guard up. And he decided to take it. Now I play baby. Time to fuse. We're going in for the fusion. So using Union Absorb, for those that don't know about this guy's effect, you can select one in-play battle card, put it right underneath him, and you can search your deck for a card with the same name, particularly Vegeta or Baby. Now, I got the level 4. He's able to kill Gohan. You draw a card, and you can minus 20k to one of your opponent's battle cards, which, unfortunately, Gohan is only a 15k, so he auto dies. What I love about this chain is that you constantly draw cards after every evolution, so to speak. So you can see that each card replaces one another, except for the one drop itself. And then when you go into the big guy, so now we got the big guns, he doesn't let you draw a card right off the rip, but when he attacks or your opponent plays a battle card, you draw a card. And you can minus 20k to them, to one of their battle cards, which is very strong. So you essentially get full value through the entire chain, except for the beginning of it. So now I'm attacking with a 30k triple strike battle card. That's heavy. He didn't have a Mafuba or anything of the sorts. He had a negate though, which was good by Jonathan because that was going to be heavy duty going from 5 life to 2. That's a little too deep. He would have been deep fried. Now we're going in with an attack with my leader, putting on pressure. This is a good advantage for me because now there's not much he can do. He's going to end up either guarding. Maybe he has another Freehan. If not, but this is going to be difficult because now I'm a 15k attacker to his 5k leader. So he's going to have to guard heavy. Smartest choice was to take it at this point. Jonathan had to take the life. He would have been losing too many cards. Literally 2 if he had a 10k. So now should be Jonathan's turn very soon. And we'll see. We'll see what Jonathan has in store for us. Now it's his turn. Let's see what he's going to place down in his energy area. Now Jonathan is in a tight spot because he has to worry about a big 30k beater. Now fortunate for him, he has a leader, Gogeta, on his awakened side. You can crit one of your life. So he can go from 4 to 3, and he can negate the effects of all battle cards on my side of the board. So if he does that, and he has a way to remove it, that'll be perfect, because that means my baby won't be able to do anything. As you can see, I'm kind of just flashing my hand. He plays Preface Goku. My guy triggers off, which is perfect. And I draw a card. Even though the Preface can't be targeted since it has barrier, you still have to resolve the autos. And unfortunately and fortunately, Baby's effect, the Ape, is a must on the first card played. Now he's playing another Preface. So what he did was played Preface, then Awaken, and now play Preface again. So pretty strong because he's taking advantage of the 1 energy renewal and the 1 draw. It's a 1-in-1 deal. Pretty interesting from Bandai's part on the design. But now Jonathan's going in for the attack. 15k. We're going to see what happens. He did not use his skill in order to negate my board. So he's still a 15k attacker. I guard 5. Easy peasy. He has 2 more 15k attackers. So we can see that I guarded 5. This means that I can potentially be losing 2 more cards in hand based off this circumstance. Now he's going in for another attack. We're going to see what I am going to lose out of hand. By now, I should have around 10 plus cards in hand, so my hand is pretty big, which is one of the strong aspects of the Baby deck. It maintains a very huge hand, And then if you run the chain attack variant, you can just continually gain advantage over your opponent based on it being your turn. So we lose another 5k piece. Now we're going to see if Jonathan is going to put any more pressure. He's probably going to be attacking with the other preface to my leader. And probably calling it a day after that attack. Unless he's going to choose to put some pressure, which I wouldn't recommend at this point in the game since I have 2 energy up to his 2 energy up. You never want to trade off in that fashion. The best thing you can do... Oh, I guess Jonathan is going to go for a bigger play. He's going in for 20k. He's sensu being his attacker. Now, unless this move is going to be really strong, I don't agree with that play from Jonathan's behalf, because at this point, he has to have a way to deal with my big ape. I choose to super combo out, which with the Boma, he plays a 3rd preface. This is insane. He has 3 prefaces on board, so he wanted just to keep putting more pressure on my leader. I can see his thought process on it. Too bad I didn't have an unending awakening. That would have been so great. It would have just ended his turn there for the most part. But hey, it is what it is. So now it's my turn. I'm going to be going on to my 4th energy, which means that a lot of plays are going to be live. In this deck build, I am using the Frieza engine. So I don't have cards like Hit or Chain Attack or, you know, things of that nature. It's just a nice little build that you guys are going to see what it can do. But primarily at this point in the game, I'm more focused on the baby aspect instead of the Frieza aspect. So I charge a Death Ball. We're going to be going in with the attack of my ginormous ape. See if he has any responses. I'm attacking his leader. Ooh, this is not good. Doesn't look like he has a negate. I wish I could see his hand just to see different perspectives of this match. Oh, nope, he does have the negate. So he has the Dimension Magic. As you guys know, you can only restand a blue energy. That's why he didn't tap for it. He just essentially restood the 1 blue energy he has in his energy pool. I'm playing double small babies. This is not looking good for Jonathan. That's a -2 in hand, but now we're going to start getting some replacements happening. And this is going to be pretty strong. We're going to see what happens in this match right now. Now, of course, unfortunately, my chain has no effect on him since he has nothing but barrier on the board. So if you guys are wondering, I can't target any of his battle cards. And we're going into another ape. This is super powerful. It's going to be very hard for Jonathan to deal with this. Let's see if he has a Mafubo or another negate. And he doesn't. No negate. I draw my card. And at this point, I'm going to want to put some pressure on him since that attack actually went through. So now I'm making his leader a 10k leader. So 30 to 10k is already commitment on his part. Now we have a 30k difference since I went up to 40. This is going to be tough. Now, a nice number, depending on how many cards in hand, you want to go based on how many cards your opponent has in hand. That should determine how much you're going to combo. So I'm going to be doing another video in the future, which is going to be able to teach you guys how to combo more effectively. There's never a sure thing, as in that you never know exactly what your opponent has in hand, but based off of their hand size and what they have used, like how many super combos they have used, you can calculate roughly what they can have, especially if you have an idea of what they're running in their deck. That makes a more effective play. So like, for example, if I know he's running cards like pseudo combos and cells, which are basically the draw card, and they're 10k, they're like, pseudo combos. It's like super combos, but not quite, since you have to pay for them. But right now I'm hitting 50. So I believe at this point I stop at 50. I'm not too sure how many cards are in his hand, but I can probably guess based on the amount that I comboed that he had roughly around 6 to 7 cards in hand, which means that it's going to be very difficult for him to guard at this point unless he had the remainder of his super combos in hand so he can guard easier or easily. So I put a little dice symbolizing the -5 since I don't want him to misplay. I always like to give my opponents a chance to calculate properly. I don't like winning games with my opponent being unaware. You don't know how many times I'm playing someone, and when I don't help them see exactly how much they have to combo, it ends up hurting them, where they might sometimes combo and then still have to take the damage, or they end up over comboing because they didn't realize that they were probably better off taking it. He ends up taking the hit. Now this was really strong, and now I'm attacking him. Now at this point, guys, he's at 1 life. I have 1 energy open. I could have comboed all out, but the odds of him out comboing me were extremely high. So doing that would actually have put me in a bad situation. So we're just gonna leave it at that. You never wanna put more pressure on your opponent when you know they can easily guard it. At this point, he's at 1 life. The longer the game lasts, the worse for him. Each of my 30k attacks, he has to guard because now he's at 1 life, so he can't afford to take any damage. So that's just a little tip as far as how you should play. Once your opponent's at 1 life, take it easy. You're not in a rush to win. Never rush yourself unless you're in like time and you're in time procedures. Then, you're gonna have to do some calculations and hope for the best. Because I know it sucks at times, but in this match, we have plenty of time. I'm just going to play effectively and take it away. So now I'm using a negate. I only have 1 energy. It's his turn. He attacked with his leader. He has nothing but 15Ks on board. So that Unending Awakening is super effective because I'm a 20K leader. So even though I'm tapped out, he has to commit cards, and I have 4 life, which is another hard part because Jonathan won't know exactly how much to combo, since I should have right now roughly like 8 to 10 cards in hand at this point in the game, and all my super combos replaced itself, so my hand is pretty thick. I can't tell you guys exactly how many cards I have. I'm pretty sure in the audio, the original vid, you would be able to clearly hear how many cards, because I'm pretty sure Jonathan at some point asked me, and I know I have like between 8 to 10 cards. So it's difficult. Jonathan's in a pickle because unless he has some really high combo power and can like double strike me in one shot, like double strike me and double strike me for game, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to have to hit the right numbers, because if not, I'm going to be able to just guard him easily. So he's now attacking with his pre-phase. He can't use his leader's ability since it requires a life, so there's no way for him to effectively get rid of my apes. And he doesn't want to play any battle cards because he would trigger off both effects, which would land me 2 more additional cards, not in his favor. So him attacking with his Goku is smart. Now he's going to try to combo high, and he's right now currently hitting 25 to my 20k. He's going for, not bad, he drew the 1 Unyielding Trunks, a solid 30 to my 20, so at least he's effectively allowing me to lose 2 cards as well. So best case scenario, I can super combo out of that and then still have to pitch a card. So not bad in what Jonathan is trying to do. He is effectively comboing. Hitting 30k in this situation is going to be difficult. I may end up having to take the life if I'm not too confident with my hand. Now, we're going to see. And again, I like to do these recordings without you guys knowing prior information, because obviously I know what happens in this match, but we're going to keep it nice and fresh. And I'm just giving you from a standpoint. If I have an easy guard, I would guard that. If not, I'm just going to take the life, which I do. So now Jonathan is in a pretty good situation, because now since I did take the life, however, I feel like Jonathan messed up right there. So he now allowed me to see 3 new cards in total. I took 1 life and I drew 2, and I killed the 5k combo piece. So just for him to see 1 card, he allowed me to go +2 in hand and still get value of taking away from his combo power. I didn't agree on that. Jonathan could have played that a little bit better, but I'm not too sure what his hand was. So now he's hitting 30k. Now, mind you, if he doesn't go heavy on this attack, like hitting 50, 60, it's not going to be effective, because he allowed me to get additional 5Ks or potentially a super combo. and that's going to be bad for him. So now he's hitting 35. It's a respectable number, but it's not going to be much. It's not much higher than what he went the first time around. He only added an additional 5. So now I only have 5Ks. So this is why I had to take the other damage before. Jonathan was leaving me in a weird spot. So as you can see, I'm comboing Frieza pieces. This deck is really interesting, and I will probably do a deck profile on it since I did win a local event, which was pretty nice with it. So right now we have 20 combo, including the Senzu Bean, the fake Senzu Bean. So we're hitting 35 and now 40. So we have exactly enough. That's a good guard. But unfortunately, it cost me 4 cards out of hand. And for Jonathan, it didn't cost him much because he replaced the cards in his hand. The only problem is that Jonathan may not know how high to go on this next attack, considering that he doesn't know my hand and my hand size seems large still. I should be having around like 7 cards in hand still, maybe more. So he's hitting 30 so far. So Jonathan is really trying to do his best to make a push. He may have a double strike in his hand. He's hitting 35 again. So at this point, I can assume that he has a double strike. He may have something that's going to allow him to draw cards. He might have an overwhelm, you know, maybe a Mass Saiyan or a Fu, the Dimension one. So I take it. Now I go down to 2 life. We're going to see exactly what he has. He's playing Fu. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. Unfortunately, he was not supposed to have this Fu in his deck. His leader actually prohibits him from having Fu. But we're going to play as is. So I allowed it. I actually read his leader's effect again at the end of this match, and I found out that, whoa, Johnny boy, what are you doing? You're not supposed to have the Fu in this deck. So just enjoy the match for what it is. Unfortunately, he has an illegal deck, but it's okay. You know, this is a testing session. If you guys have any questions, you know, you can always leave it in the comment section below. I am going to be doing more videos and gameplay videos of this nature. So if you want to see certain matches, leave it in the comment section below. This is all about you guys. So whatever you want to see, that's what I'm going to give you, essentially. So unfortunately, Jonathan is left in a pickle. There's no way he's surviving on the swing back of my turn. So we can safely say that I'm winning this match at this point. But, you know, you never know what can happen. So, and guys, if you have any request, and this is something that I have on my Patreon, so if you're not a Patreon yet and you are interested, you can go and visit that page. It's on the bio part of my section and on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. I do a lot of content there, and I allow you guys to ask any questions, and I do videos on it. And you guys, my YouTube subscribers, oh, this is overkill, guys. I just played the secret rare. This is overkill. I'm able to now look at his hand, take a card, all his barrier guys die, get KO'd. It's gonna be a slaughter. So I'm just like, wipe it out. I grab it, I'm just like, scoop it up, boy. And game is over. But again, like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this match. I'm showing you guys my hand at this point, and it's over. All right, guys, so we just finished game 1. How did that go?
It was good. It was just disappointing. I didn't see a Gogeta in the game. I mean, I did see a Gogeta, but I just wasn't able to union into it, and he just brought 2 big monkeys out and stormed me out the game.
And what was the finisher?
The monkey attack. It was just...
How about Lord Frieza?
Oh yeah, that was the finisher, the secret ray. I had to play based on faith, but I was trying to eliminate those type of plays.
Because if you didn't get lucky, you would just get deep fried.
I was like, I have 2 draws, but it's like sometimes the game just shits on you. You don't draw.
You might draw negates or just 10Ks that you can't use. So that'd have been that. But yeah, so that was game 1. We're gonna go on to game 2.